We're back.
All right, and we're back for episode 4. Oh, I am
Well,
okay.
episode technically 5. What you see is episode 4.
Yes. Joe is
Yeah.
correct, but
I guess
that's
episode 4.5.
technical issues. Technical issues.
We're back on Riverside because Zoom, you will never
Well,
sponsor this podcast again.
they never sponsored us to begin with.
Well, they will never be on this podcast. They will never sponsor this podcast. Zoom and us have beef.
Zoom
is gonna
Zoom
sue
and-
us now,
Yeah, we
Joe.
know sports have beef.
Yeah, we know
Joe
sports.
Joe
Yeah,
is
we
very
know like
upset.
Zoom.
Yeah, we know not to use Zoom.
All
Okay.
right, so we took a couple weeks off. We let NFL free agency play out, and there were a couple
Maybe
big
it's a
moves here
good
and there.
thing that we let whatever you call it, that episode not happen because we said a lot of stuff that was very wrong. So the world never knows how wrong we were on these predictions.
Yeah, we're okay. So let's start with so first thing on my list.
The Giants are gonna have the most fun 3-14 season ever. Let's just make that clear.
I was reading what Joe is referring to is the Giants have signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year $8 million deal.
Could be worth up
Um,
to 16
Go-
million.
Yep.
I didn't know that can go up to 16 million.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but
All Jameis is going to do
Is
is
target
air out
the-
the ball to Malik Neighbors, and Malik Neighbors is going to have 20 touchdowns and 2,000 yards, and they're going to be our entire offense.
no. Travis Hunter's also gonna have a bit of that when he's.
We're not drafting Travis Hunter.
We are drafting Travis Hunter in the
Who's
team
we?
for Arch.
You're a Bills fan.
You are not drafting Travis Hunter, Joe.
There you go.
Yes, we are. We're
Speaking
taking
of-
Hunter, and the next year Arch Manning will be your QB, and the world will be good again. Right, Maddie?
Yes, we also another interesting signing was Javon Holland, one of the better safeties in the NFL. I believe it was 2 years, like 40.
3 years, 45 million.
3 years, 45
Yeah.
million. So I'm guessing we're preparing for next year if there's any possibility we could get Arch Manning.
Which I think the Giants are willing to do. I think they want to see what they have this year in Daboll and Sheen. Like, this is go big or go home. Because if they flop, listen, Arch Manning is going to be able to come in here with either people who know what they're doing, or we're going to search for people who know what they do, or know what they will be doing. Because I think Arch Manning is the future of this Giants franchise. Just having a Manning back at MetLife Stadium will bring people to the seats alone.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think Daboll is a good coach. I think he just needs talent because what he did with Saquon Barkley for those 2 years, he's the best running back in the NFL, but still, what
And
he did with
also,
Saquon for those 2
my main
years-
problem is with Joe Sheehan.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any world
he
in
gave
which
Daniel
one-
Jones $160 million.
I just don't think there's a world in which one
Well, no, he
stays
also
and the
did-
other.
He didn't want to play Saquon for 3 years, $36 million.
That wasn't him.
But
That
he
was
gave
John Mara.
Still his money.
Still his money.
Exactly.
But there's no
But I
world
really
in
don't
which
wanna
Sheen
talk about
leaves and
That
Daboll
as well
stays.
because-
So we just need to hope that Mara realizes, wait, Daboll's good. Maybe Sheen's not good. But
Yeah.
I
If
really
there's
don't think
one
Daboll and
GM
Sheen
that's
are gonna
below
be apart.
Sheen, though, I would say it's Brandon Bean, which I'm not going to hash on my Bills drama with that guy.
Well,
just
I do want to touch on a couple of the things with the Bills. New Josh Allen contract, $330 million for 6 years.
The thing is, without Allen, would Brandon Bean have a job?
No, he would not.
he would not.
That's the thing.
No, he would not.
Like,
Without
we could
Josh
say the
Allen-
same thing for Cashman. Would he have a job without Aaron Judge?
Well, yes.
It's
I-
which
I think-
New York
But-
GM.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Talk
But
about later.
yeah, did it need to be done now? How long did he have left in his contract?
Through
Um,
27.
I think still.
He had 3 seasons left, but I think that they wanted to lock him up and make him happy.
Yeah, because he just won MVP. He deserved it. He played like he deserved
yeah,
it.
he had a few years.
Allen's a great quarterback, great guy. What a great few months. Haley Steinfeld, he won MVP. And he got a new deal. Like,
Yeah, got paid.
all
Wait,
within
Another.
90 days.
speaking of playing and getting paid, Saquon Barkley, which was that in the cut episode on Zoom that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No, I think we mentioned that in episode 3.
Oh
Go
yeah,
watch
we
it.
did in Saquon Barkley, 2 years, basically 40 million, 20 years.
Pain,
Got paid.
suffering, agony.
Bro got paid. So
Probably though, the other biggest free agency move in terms of the quarterback world. Let's go to Sam Darnold to Seattle after
Sam
they
Darnold.
trade
Okay,
Geno Smith.
so I want to Nick. I want to hold off on that one.
Okay.
Because we're gonna do something a little bit later where I want to touch on that. I want to touch on that more. So I want to hold off on that.
Okay.
I do want to. There was a little saga with.
What about the Jets? We forgot to talk
no,
about.
hold on. With Joey Bosa. We all
Oh,
thought he was going to the we thought he was going to the 49ers, and at the last minute the Bills swoop in and the Bills got themselves a new pass rusher. I don't know what happened. Did they just was the contract with the 49ers just not finalized?
I just
That
don't think
was
it was
never a real thing. We
finalized.
all just thought it because his brother was there.
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone assumed, but
I think everyone thought there was going to be another Joe and Nick combo of the brothers. That didn't happen. There's only
I
one
think there
Joe
was a
and Nick
contract
combo.
out there. I just think it never got to the final stages.
We have the best Joe and Nick combo.
Yeah, we do. The best Joe and Nick combo. Make sure you vote that when award season comes around.
There's the Khalil Shakir contract. We talked a lot
Yeah, we
about
mentioned
that.
that, I believe.
We talked a lot about that a couple episodes
We
ago.
talked about Shakira.
Yeah, we talked about it.
But
Cool.
then,
Now, look, I'm going to eat my own words. It's time to pay James Cook here. You don't have to give him 15. You give him like 12, 13. Give him something. Because if you lock James Cook up,
On episode 1.
like, if you lock James Cook up, A off season for the Bills if they draft some defense.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're right.
Miles Garrett. Oh, that dirty liar, Miles Garrett. I hate
Miles
you.
Garrett.
Oh, that got
$3
lost.
million a year.
But then Shaq reports that he's
guaranteed.
lazy.
$10
Doesn't show up for
million
practice.
to my wallet.
He's lazy. He doesn't show up for practice. He doesn't do all the drills.
You're right.
That was messed up.
He's
That
not.
was
He's
bad.
not showing anymore. He got
Like,
paid.
He got
and
paid. He's done.
Bro is just like, bro's like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
How much of his contract is guaranteed?
123
Oh.
million.
Almost all of it.
123 out of 160 million. That's Daniel Jones money.
Of the
Well, no,
total
you only had to pay
contract,
Daniel
you
Jones
might-
$80 million.
Guys, the only thing is, at least this guy has the talent.
Yeah. But okay, so did you see the Micah Parsons reports coming out today? He said that I get paid $40 million a year. I'll be the happiest guy in the world. Jerry Jones has a decision to make here.
He will not.
He's
Hold
the
on,
guy
Joe?
who-
Ryan Schottenheimer as his new head coach. I would have just kept Mike McCarthy at that point.
He's not gonna pay him.
He's
Also-
not.
Did you guys see the bench warmer Brandon sketch? Like, with all the head coaching candidates?
Joe.
I know. I watch him and
Tom Grossi.
I watch him and Tom Cruise. I
Yeah,
didn't see
shout out
that.
Goats. Goats, by the way. Goats.
The
Shout
two
out.
goats.
Big fans.
Two goats.
If you're watching us,
Goats.
we love you.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one, but I should watch that one.
Yeah.
Like, he personally
let's just not
portrayed
jump into
Jerry
it, though.
Jones. Senile and insane.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders trade for Micah Parsons, because Jerry Jones might be stupid enough to do it.
Speaking of the Commanders, you had them with a big trade for Lammy Tunsil.
Yes,
Which
yeah,
is-
Laramie Tunsil.
Very big.
That's-
You were. I remember you specifically were shocked that we were talking in the group chat, and you were like, "The Texans traded him."
I know.
That was a big thing. I was like, huh?
Why?
The Texans are trying to push for a Super Bowl here.
Trade him.
The Texans, listen, Stroud's he took a step back. Was he
He's
like
in a
a
sophomore slump. What
one-
can you say? You just gotta hope he steps up again.
was he a one-hit wonder? Do we think possibly?
Maybe.
It's too soon to say. That's my honest answer.
And then of course we have to talk about the big free agent that's still out there, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron what is Aaron Rodgers?
He feels
So,
like a Steeler to me.
I think
when
he's
we
a
were putting
Steeler.
this,
I think it's there's the
He just
supposedly
spent hours
Vikings
there
aren't in on him
yesterday.
anymore. Like Vikings are out. That's what I hear.
Yeah, Vikings are out. The
I think the Giants made it clear they're not going to wait and hand.
yeah,
him
no,
either.
Jameis is probably starting this year for the Giants.
Reports said that Giants, the Jameis Winston thing, it means nothing in terms of if they're signing another QB, if they're drafting a QB.
Oh, you're
But I
right.
He could be the starter. He could be a backup. We
I
don't
feel
know.
like he's less likely now because the Giants don't need to like wait hand and knee on him and say, "Oh, here's whatever you want. We'll
the
get all your
report
friends."
Just said that the Jameis Winston signing will have no effect on their pursuit of another free
Yeah.
agent QB or draft.
I think that they're going to get Russell Wilson if
A
they
lot
get someone
of-
else. That's just my opinion.
There were a lot of QBs that got shaken up. Gino went to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Why did they do that?
He wants to be back with Pete Carroll.
they wanted room for Darnold. Do you think they knew they were getting Darnold at that time?
I think they knew they wanted him, but like,
Yeah.
is Darnold really
I
that?
think the
much of a
Seahawks
step
took
up?
a risk, and the risk paid off because they got Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Fields to the Jets, which I think is I think Fields to the Jets is a great move. I think it's a great move.
I don't think it'll put him in playoff status, though.
No, but I
I think
think
they'll be in contention.
I think they'll. Well,
Yeah, I could see contention, but I think they're going to miss.
I also think that their ownership is so incompetent that it's going to be hard for this new regime to be able to get them to give them the ability to make.
yeah,
the next
I
step.
think the Bills just have that division on lock. I don't
Yeah.
think there's
The Dolphins are.
I think the Patriots are more of a threat than anyone.
the
because of
Dolphins
Jake May.
with Zach Wilson.
Oh my god!
I cannot wait for like week 12 or something, and Zach Wilson is playing the Jets, and he puts up like 50 points on
Why?
them.
Because Tua
I
tripped
am
to a
gonna be
somersault after he
so
got a touchdown
excited.
and got another concussion.
Yeah, he'll run headfirst into another defender.
Like,
I'm so
If
excited
Tua
for that.
had a brain, well, obviously he does have a brain. He keeps getting concussions. If Tua had a brain that actually thought,
If Tua had a functioning brain.
Tua might have been on par with Allen. Because when he's healthy, he's good.
On par with Allen, I don't know, maybe maybe a tier below him, but I think he's a good quarterback. And a tier below Allen is
He's like a Jordan Love quarterback, which they're
a
from
tier
the same
below Allen is a
so
very
makes
good
sense.
quarterback.
Yeah.
But
All right.
he just doesn't think.
But
Maybe his brain stopped working.
there is one other team we have to talk about. The Cincinnati Bengals are now paying 40% of their salary cap to 3 players because they signed T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, both to contracts over $100 million.
Look, I get it. It's your star players. You gotta keep them. But to every Bengals fan who's saying, we're gonna put up 70 points next season,
You're going to
you
let up
made it.
70
Zero
points next
changes.
season.
Zero changes
It's the
to
same
last
thing.
season. You missed the playoffs last season, and now you're in more of a risk to have a worse defense because you want to trade Trey Hendrickson now.
I was gonna say, didn't Trey Hendrickson request a trade?
He's
Your
gone.
defense is gonna be worse.
You're going to
Their
have
defense is going to be worse. Their offense will be the same. That does not add up.
I mean, maybe they'll be a little better because Burrow will be healthy the whole season.
How do you
Although-
know, but how do you know that? How do you know Burrow's going to be healthy the whole season?
I mean, like theoretically, if we're speaking right now,
I guess.
but like
Didn't
they're
Burrow-
not a playoff team, and if they get to the playoffs, there'll be a defense who will be able to stop the 2 offensive weapons on the field.
Warren, whatever you call it, didn't Burrow lead the league in passing yards this year?
He
Um,
might
He was
have.
definitely up there. I don't know if he led it. He might have. It was either him or Lamar, one of the two. I think it was him.
But let's just be real. They need at least half a defense, and they have a, I don't know.
I don't think they even have a quarter. Like, it's just nothing. Okay.
How do you do that?
I just gotta do something quickly. I will literally be 5 seconds.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
Okay, so while Nick is up,
Okay,
we're
I'm back.
going to
I literally just had to close my door. That's
we're
it.
going to our three winners and three losers of free agency. I've got three winners. Joe's
I've
got
got
three
three
losers,
losers.
And
and
I got 3 of both.
Nick's got three of both.
So
So
let's do
I'll
Maddie, me,
start.
Nick.
I'll,
Okay.
I'll start.
Yeah, let Maddie
Um,
start.
I said Maddie first.
My first winner is the Seattle Seahawks, and I'll explain to you. No, I'll explain to you why. So that Cup contract looks really bad on the
Oh.
surface. Not the Cup contract. The not Cup contract.
Cooper Cup, you should have come to Buffalo.
The
The
Darnold.
Darnold
Contract.
one,
The
I mean-
Darnold contract looks really bad on the surface.
But no, I know where you're gonna go with this.
it's a great deal.
It's only
big
one. It's only a 1 year. Oh, effectively
It's
a 1
really
year
a
deal.
1 year deal.
If he plays horribly, they're
They
out.
can dump him. Yeah.
There is a
There's a clause
little
in there.
risk, great reward there.
Exactly.
I don't think Darnold is the reason I think they're losers. I think that they're not
Joe,
they're not a winner.
It's not your turn yet.
wait, did you,
because
Joe?
what they
Hold
did
on,
otherwise.
Joe. Did you have them as losers?
No, I didn't. I was just saying
Okay.
because what they did otherwise, I think like they're not winners.
I do think Sam Darnold is an upgrade over Gino at QB. I do.
I
Yeah.
think it's a slight one, but like
If he
what
can
wide
play the way he
receivers?
played this season, I can see it.
Well, I mean, you were gonna have to pay DK and Lockett eventually, and
Mhm.
I mean,
They got
J-
picked for
yeah,
to
JSN
pay
and now Cup.
DK. Mm-hmm.
You gotta hope Cup is what he was though, and not what he is now.
But compared to DK and how much you would have had to pay DK instead of what you're paying Cup,
I can
Cup
see
is
why they wouldn't
better
be
than what you
winners,
would've paid DK.
but I think that they had a good off season, especially with that contract.
Okay.
My second winners are the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say that.
I like
Pick a winner
Okay,
and give
so the Debo trade, the Laramie Tunsil trade, they know what they need to do and they're doing it. They're putting all their cap space to good use into building their team around Jaden Daniels. And they're going to go to the Eagles and they're gonna put up a fight for the NFC East. It's going to
It won't
it's
be a
gonna be a
bloodbath.
bloodbath next year.
It won't be a bloodbath anymore for the Commanders.
Well, it's gonna be a bloodbath between them two.
Oh yeah, no, and the Giants and Cowboys are gonna get blood all over them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
My third winner is the Bears.
Yeah.
I think they have their young quarterback, and they're building around. I think the Joe Tooney trade was
The Joe Tooney
trade was
a
great.
very good trade. For
Hold
them.
on, I have all their
Yeah.
all their signings here.
I'm gonna give a slight spoiler for my list as well. I also had the Bears as one of my winners.
Yeah,
The thing is, the Bears do
season-
this every year.
Exactly. Every season they do this.
yeah. They're I guess they're eternally the all-season champions.
They are.
Like I
You
can't
also
call
have to
them
remember-
winners.
Can I just okay? You also have to remember they have Ben Johnson as the whatever you call it, head
Yes.
coach now.
That's also part of the
That's
all-season.
part of the offseason.
Okay.
Big moves.
They
I'll give them that.
they're making moves. Okay, Joe, who did you have as your losers?
In first place, the biggest losers of all time.
I feel like I know who you're gonna say.
The Cowboys.
Okay. I
Oh,
not who I
yes.
thought you were gonna say, but I think my other pick is gonna be on this list. But
Oh, no,
yeah,
no,
I
no,
definitely agree with you.
Jerry Jones is mentally incompetent. He's what? This is another all-in off season.
They
Like,
signed a
you
running
gotta-
back.
You gotta do something.
Who like
You pick
Miles
him.
Sanders? Is that who they signed?
No, they signed the running back from the Broncos.
Oh no, I'm so
Javonte Williams?
scared.
Or is that their receiver?
Javonte Williams. That's his name.
Okay.
The other losers in the same division, I'm gonna say the Giants.
Really?
You see what the Commanders did, and the Giants.
But see,
Like,
I can't.
I also count keeping Sheehan as part of their
I
offseason.
can't get behind that. I think the Giants.
Like they had a solid one,
The
but
Giants, I mean, no offense to you two, they're a loser team.
Yeah.
But what they did it's impressive for what their standards are. It's
Like, don't
pretty
get me wrong,
good.
their signings weren't terrible. They weren't
Exactly.
great, but they're losers because they have Joe Sheehan,
There are
and
many
players don't want to
people
come
who
here
many
because of
people.
him.
Joe's right. There were reports that Joe Shane was the reason that players did not want to come here.
Yeah,
Like,
The
that is why
whole-
the Giants are the offseason losers.
Joe is
Who
right.
knows what else they could have got if they hired someone who's competent?
yeah.
Like, that's my argument.
I
Not
think there's
because the
one other
players,
team
Joe
you can
Sheehan.
have as a loser here, and I think you have to have them.
The 49ers are my final loser.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm
There it
sorry,
is.
I had to save them
Yep.
for last.
There
Like,
it is.
my God, they're a mess.
That
I'd put them more losers than the Giants, not the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are the Cowboys. And the only way to solve the Cowboys is to get rid of Jerry Jones. But
Yeah.
the 49ers,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about them anymore.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to have Christian McCaffrey carry you to the playoffs, and with his glass knees, he can't do
The string
that.
cheese knees.
With his foreign surgeries, that who knows what's happening in Germany? All right,
The
so
Morgan.
I'm
My
gonna start.
surgery was in Germany.
All right,
I'm
Nick,
gonna
what do you
start with
got?
my losers because my loser list mostly matches up with Joe's. I had the Cowboys and 49ers too for the reasons
Okay.
we talked about. But the other team I had, I didn't have the Giants. I had the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Name the biggest thing that you can name the Dolphins doing is signing Zach Wilson. Is like
They lost Javon Holland.
exactly they lost
he
their
was a
good safety.
Giant.
And the big move you do is you sign Zach Wilson of all people.
They also need to get a defense that'll
Exactly.
help to, not wind up in concussion protocol every other
They-
week.
Well, then they
Stay
need
on
an
the
O line if they want to keep Tua from getting a concussion.
And Tyreek
Go on.
very well might leave right now. I've seen
He
reports
requested a
of him
trade.
Cowboys.
His trade thing has been on and off this off season.
I've seen reports of him to the Cowboys.
Oh, I've seen reports of everyone to the Cowboys. Jerry won't do it. They
Yeah,
hired
that's
Brian.
very
A
strange.
team I would like to see Tyreek go to, though, is whatever you call it, the Green Bay Packers. They could use a good X factor receiver for
They
Jordan Love. That would be
could.
My bad, not Brian. They hired Brandon Schottenheimer as their head coach, the Cowboys. Who wants to go play for him?
Exactly.
That's
All
true.
right, going into my winners now, and as I mentioned, the Bears were one of them, but I had two others. The other one I'm going to start with are the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
They've had a very good offseason.
They took the guard the Giants wanted.
Yeah, the Donald thing. Let's see. They have the new contract with Jordan Addison. You got to remember that.
They got Jordan Mason.
Jonathan Allen as well.
Right, Jonathan Allen. I forgot he went there.
Who did I say? Aaron Jones, or did I say the wrong running back?
No, you didn't say Aaron Jones, but I was going to ask,
Aaron
was he
Jones.
re-signed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, good new contract.
And then you extend your head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With just
KOC.
accounting front offices, which
I'm
I thought
so-
we were. That's why I said the Giants were losers.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
They had a very solid offseason.
Yeah, Jordan Mason I mentioned.
And the Lions didn't do
oh.
anything that really makes me
Yeah, no,
think
the
like this
Lions-
favorite.
They
The
lost
Lions
all
stayed
their
pat.
coaching essentially. And then the other team I want to mention, which we mentioned some players that they had go to different teams, but I had the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
I think that Devontae Adams pickup is a really
Yes.
sneaky.
The Devontae Adams pickup is going to be good.
I think he's gonna do better than he honestly
Extending
did.
Stafford.
Yeah, with Stafford, he's gonna do amazing.
What
They
if
did release Cooper Cup, but I feel like they got a bigger bang for the buck with Adams.
I just want to say,
What else they
what
had?
if the Giants didn't have Sheen? Would that have made us possible for Stafford? Like all those questions, those what ifs, or why I have the Giants as losers 'cause they kept.
I don't think that's a complete. I think it's that Stafford wanted to stay in LA.
Yeah.
I think it's less that Stafford wanted to go I think it's more not less. I think it's more Stafford wanted to go somewhere. I think it's more that Stafford didn't want to go somewhere else.
And
That he
didn't
wanted
wanna
to
go the
stay
Giants. I
in
think
LA
he,
with
he
McVay.
also didn't want to go to a losing team to end his career.
Yeah.
I also think it is going to be interesting what we see happen with McVay without Cooper Cup finally.
That's true.
It's going to be very interesting, but I think the Rams have done very well after having a good playoff push last
They
season.
do still have Puka Nakua and Kyron Williams.
Exactly.
Also,
you have a young core, and you have some good veterans on that squad.
When do we think Aaron Rodgers signs? So we get the end of this quarterback carousel.
I think it's gonna be before the draft.
Pittsburgh, like where?
I
I'm
think
saying
he's going
where.
to
I know you said
Pittsburgh.
when, but where?
I think he's going to Pittsburgh. I think Russ is
Yeah.
coming to the
Then
Giants.
where's Russ?
I
right
think
now?
Russ is gonna go to Cleveland.
No, I think he's a Giant. Cleveland's just a mess. They're gonna suck.
Yeah, they're gonna start Deshaun again.
No, I think they're gonna draft Sanders, and I think
Oh, that's right. They have the second pick.
Tennessee's gonna get Ward. Cleveland's gonna take Sanders, and I think that's how the Giants get Travis Hunter.
Hopefully. All right, so now we're gonna move into a little bit of MLB.
Can I go first this time?
We have our
Award predictions.
award predictions for the 2025 season. So, Nick, you want to start?
So I did a total of 5 awards. Just gonna move my document over.
I'm doing 4 awards.
I
Three
have 4
awards.
awards.
Wait, what
which
other
ones do
awards?
you have?
I had AL MVP, Cy Young, Rookie
Yeah.
of the Year, and Manager of the Year.
Okay, I
Oh,
just did
Manager of
comeback
the
player
Year.
as well.
Yeah.
I just had a comeback. I thought that was a fun one.
Oh, I'll come back and play. Okay.
So
I
I'll just
can't
do
do
those ones
comeback.
quickly. I won't really talk about it. Acuna for NL and DeGrom for the AL. Pretty obvious.
Wait.
That's my pick.
Comeback Player of the Year. Okay.
Yeah, comeback.
I was
The
like, wait, are
Manager
you
of the
talking about?
Year.
I was like, wait, are you talking about MVP?
No.
I was like, wait.
For
a minute.
Manager of the Year, I have a little interesting picks. I'm going to start with the NL because I feel like that one's more logical. I said it's going to be Terry Francona of the Reds. He's getting back into managing, and with a young core like he has, I don't think they're going to win the division, but I very well think they could snag that 6th final wildcard spot. I wouldn't put my money on saying, yes, they're 100% going to do it, but I can see it happening. And that's because Francona is a guy who's experienced, he knows what he's doing, and he has a young player core, which that's sort of what he has in Cleveland with players who are young and who aren't on these really big contracts except like 1 or 2 players. Like you had J-Ram, and I'm trying to think of the Reds. You really don't have any big stars.
They have none.
You have Hunter Green, but still, he's another young guy. But I feel like a
Ellie?
very young team with a very experienced manager.
I
feel
think the
like
Reds'
that's a
success
very good combo.
lays on Ellie De La Cruz. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
And then for the AL Manager of the Year, I had Joe Espada of the Houston Astros.
Ooh,
I think the Astros are going to be very good this year, unlike what people think. You lost Tucker, but you got someone who could very much fill a big gap in Cam Smith there, who's had a very impressive spring, who I've debated picking up in some of my fantasy leagues as well. That's how good he's been. I think it's just if he makes opening day or not right now. But you have him. You have an elite pitching staff still. You have some guys, young guys. Some of them haven't proven, but sometimes you've seen them have their highlights.
Yeah.
And you also have people like Frambo Valdez and stuff.
Yeah.
You also have Isaac Paredes now, who is
Right, I forgot
gonna be
that, yeah.
a maniac in that park. We've not seen him hit there yet, but he's gonna kill it in there. And then my biggest concern, honestly, of that team right now, besides the back end of that rotation, is Jose Altuve in left field. I feel like he's just gonna mess up a little bit, but I very much
we all saw the clip. We all saw the clip.
yeah.
And then we saw him play the Mets the other day too.
That's the clip.
That's the clip. He
That's
dropped
the
the
clip.
photo sack fly.
You see, when you say the clip, there are multiple clips.
Oh, the clip of him dropping the sack fly.
Yeah, like there are multiple
Yeah.
clips. That's why the clip doesn't justify.
That is honestly my biggest concern with Houston. I think they're gonna do just fine, and I think they are gonna have the AL West still easily to themselves.
Okay.
My pick for
Do
manager
we
of the
want to
year.
do we want to do
Let's do, like, all of-
then
let's
Joe
do, like-
and me for managers?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Joe. Okay, Joe. What do you got?
For the AL, my manager of the year is gonna be Alex Cora.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I think this is the Red Sox division to lose. The Yankees are banged up. Garrett Cole's gone for the year. Giancarlo Stanton, who knows if he's ever coming back. And then Schmidt just went to the aisle before he started filming this.
Yes. Right.
My fantasy team is in ruins.
Like-
No.
We talked for a good 10-15 minutes about this in the cut up in the episode that has been lost to God. The episode Lost to God is the name of it now. The Yankees are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Their rotation
Yeah.
for opening day is Fried, Rodon, except flip-flop that because
Rodon is their opening day starter.
Right.
But
Rodon, Fried, Stroman, Warren, Carrasco.
that's exactly
Cookie
why I don't think.
Carrasco is back.
That's why I don't think it's gonna go to Cora for Manager of the Year. I think the Red Sox are just in a better position than every other team in that division to win
I
it.
just can't even imagine what happened because we said this in our, I think it was episode 2. We said the Yankees' strength is their pitching. It's not their hitting.
Yeah.
That strength is gone. Their pitching staff is abysmal now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I take the back end of the Mets staff.
Well, Joe,
I would,
yeah.
No, you still got Fried and Rodon. I wouldn't take the back end of the Mets staff. Like,
Yeah, Joe, you gotta
I don't
also
like
get back
Fried at
on
all.
track with your awards.
I mean, I'm not afraid. I don't like Rodon at all. But...
Joe, you gotta stick with the Red Sox. You've talked a lot about why the Yankees are worse.
Anyways, let's get back to the Red Sox.
Who do you have for your
Red Sox have a lot to prove. I like their rookies coming up. I think that they
Roman
won the
Anthony.
division. I think Cora is your manager of the year. And for NL, I'm going to go Carlos Mendoza. I think the Mets are primed to have a
God
great year.
damn it! You took both my picks.
I said both?
Yep.
I was gonna pick Carlos Mendoza, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna spice it up a little.
Both
I
my
think
picks.
Francona is gonna sneak in and steal it.
Okay, Maddie. We did good, though.
Maddie, who are your picks?
The same.
Alex Cora and Carlos Mendoza.
Bob.
Okay. So,
Um,
moving on to
let's talk. Maddie, do you want to talk about Mendoza since I talked about Cora?
I feel like it's going to. So I feel like if Mendoza winning the manager of the year comes down to comes down to how the Phillies and the Braves perform.
yeah.
Because if the Phillies and the Braves perform well and the Mets are able to win out against them, I think that'll win him manager of the year.
Yeah.
'Cause I think we talked about this. We had did we all have the Mets in second, or
Let the Mets.
I had the Mets in first.
you had the Mets in first?
Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
Well,
You two had the
and
Mets.
me had the Phillies over the Mets, right, Joe?
Yeah.
So
We had the same list again. Who's surprised?
I'm the only one who spices things up on here. Come on, you guys.
We don't know. We didn't think it was obvious.
We didn't
Pick
know.
for the Mets second. Wait,
Alex, you don't think that's an obvious pick?
no, I don't think it's an obvious pick because the Dodgers manager, I keep forgetting his name. Is
Dave
odds
Roberts, who also got extended.
odds favorite to win. I looked up the odds favorites. He's odds
I have to
favorite.
say this right now. I like the contract that was given to Dave Roberts more than I like the contract given to Aaron Boone. Because, once again, the episode Lost to God, we talked about Dave Roberts and Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
And I think we all said that we'd prefer locking up Roberts over Boone.
All right. Well,
Going-
what's your next one?
Let's
Going
do
to
Rookie of the
rookies.
Year.
Rookie of the year.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So what I had him, gonna go back, mention him once we talked about Corbin, Roman Anthony. I think
Come on!
he is the best prospect in baseball. I don't count Sasaki as a prospect. He came over
No?
international. I think he's an international prospect. I don't think that put him in the pipeline prospects.
But he is in the is in the running for
Rookie of the Year.
I think it's gonna be Roman Anthony. Like I said, the Red Sox, the devastating team. They're gonna do wonders in the AL East this year and in the AL entirely. I think they can get number 1 seed, and I think that tool that Roman Anthony has in him, I think he's just a very well-rounded player, and I think you don't hear his name nearly as much as you heard someone's name last year, like Jackson Holiday per se or Yamamoto, who were 2 big favorites for Rookie of the Year last year, and as we saw, it went to none of those 2 guys.
Well, Nick, you're actually you're missing somebody who is ranked almost as high as him in the Red Sox prospect pool, Christian Campbell.
That's another one. I was between those 2.
Mhm.
But I just like Anthony better. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
Well, Nick,
then-
you took my pick, so I'm going to take Christian Campbell. Just
All right, let Nick say his NL.
And then going to the NL, I think it's going to be Dylan Cruz. I don't think it's Sasaki. And the reason I think so is because we saw Yamamoto last year. He was not lights out his first year. I think, and we saw this in Sasaki's first start the other day in Tokyo, it's gonna take Sasaki time to adapt to MLB, and I think he's gonna do well. I don't think he's gonna do good enough to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
But Cruz, we've seen him last year in the MLB, where he didn't put up like amazing super duper stats like MVP, but first time up, lights are a little nervous, but I think it makes you a very good player right there. I think he's gonna do wonders on the Nationals with James Wood, and I think that Nationals team, like we said in episode 2, they don't seem as bad as they're listed as. It's just they're overshadowed by 3 other teams in that division, which is why they're not going to do like super good as people think. But yeah, they're a very young team to watch, and I think Dylan Cruz is leading that charge, and he's going to do it this year by winning National Rookie of the Year. National League Rookie of the Year.
So, Joe, you said you're AL Rookie of the Year. Who's
Yes,
your
I'm
NL?
changing it to Christian Campbell to be different.
Well, you can't talk about him because you have notes on him now.
Okay, who's your NL Rookie of the Year? We know who your AL was. Who's your NL?
I still think Roki Sasaki is going to be Rookie of the Year. Just his stuff is so good. And listen, I think it was more nerve-wracking for him to pitch in Japan than it will be for him to pitch in the States.
Yeah.
That, I think, played into it. I think he's going to be great this year. I think if Blake Snell wasn't on that team, he would be the ace of the staff over Otani, which I'm sure he'll come up later, but I think Sasaki's still the guy to beat.
Okay,
Alright.
so
Maddie, please tell me you have a voice crack. Please tell me you have two different picks.
I have Sasaki,
Oh, boy.
but I have Jason Dominguez.
Oh, hell nah. Who invited this guy?
Maddie, that's a funny joke. Who's
You
your real
think-
pick?
What do you mean? You think
Okay.
you think Jason Dominguez doesn't have a shot?
I think he has a shot, but I think there are younger guys with more talent than him.
I think that Jason Dominguez could be the guy to help save the Yankees lineup. Like you have Volpe, you have him, you have Judge in the same lineup.
This
Maybe
is his
maybe
year,
maybe
really.
I
maybe
don't
that's the
like
guy
Volpe,
that
but we're going to talk about that another day.
maybe
yeah.
that's the guy that we were
Yeah.
saying you could just walk Judge and there's nobody behind him. Maybe that's the guy that maybe he becomes the guy who's
I
behind
think this is very much a year for Dominguez to either show that he has it or the talks of him being a big bust as a prospect. This is where they finally come to light.
I did also write down some honorable mentions for each of these. So,
Yeah.
Roman Anthony, I had, just to piss all of us off, Kumar Rocker.
Oh, that's a funny joke.
I mean, I've seen his stuff this spring. It's looked nasty. So
No,
I could
it was
see
just to piss all of us off as Mets fans.
Which,
Then have anyone else or no?
Jackson Job.
another good
I like
pick.
it.
Another genius idea.
I think they just confirmed that he's making opening day.
Oh,
Mid
okay.
the
I
roster,
think.
yeah.
I could have been getting it confused
What
with
about
that.
Jack Caglione?
I just don't know if he's making opening
I
day.
don't see. I picked him up in fantasy, not knowing if he was going to make opening day, and I'm like, so I
Wait, what
dropped
league? My league or your league?
your league.
Okay, so like
yeah.
worst comes to worst, you just drop him and get someone
Yeah,
else.
I
to
dropped him and picked up Josh Bell. Because
Josh Bell.
He's a monster. He's
I
gonna.
picked
win.
him. I picked him up just to be safe.
And this is the night of the draft. Last year, I was texting Joe about this because I wasn't with him at the time. I think he was out, but I was like, Jack Caglione fell that far?
Yeah,
Where
He's
was
a
that?
beast. All
I
right.
got two for the NL too. Bubba Chandler, making fun of Paul Skeens the other day.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Ferocious Jellies doesn't have Livy.
I don't think he's gonna be nearly as good as Paul Skeens. But
Yeah, he's gonna eat his words next year.
Yeah, no.
Bro, Livy ain't leaving Paul for you.
Hyosung Kim on the Dodgers.
He got optioned though.
Yeah, he got optioned.
He got optioned?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
I
a
am
horrible.
mistaken. Okay, so
An honorable mention I
I
have Brendan Sprout.
Oh my God, Joe! Stop with the Ben.
Well, he didn't do that well in AAA.
Yeah.
I am still nervous.
Yeah.
I like
Going on to
Sprout.
Cy Young,
Yes, I am.
I have some interesting picks here. I didn't go with the favorites
I went with the
because I like to be different. I like to spice things up on this podcast.
I went with the favorites because I just.
In the Cy Young for that National League, I have Logan Gilbert because that Mariners team is
Is he
the
hurt?
only bright
In
spot.
the National League?
Oh my god, I'm stupid. Oh my
Call him
god.
out. Damn.
The National
Oh, wow.
League?
Okay, give me a minute.
Oh,
He's actually
brother,
not-
this guy stinks.
Okay, so
You
Joe,
wanna do that,
lead
Joe?
off.
Joe, you want to play this game?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so my new pick is Paul Skeens. So take that, Joe.
Joke's on you. I changed my pick and didn't tell you.
Okay, well, I still think Paul Skeens is probably better than whoever you have.
Yeah,
Paul Skeens, I'm just gonna mention him. Amazing pitcher.
Yeah,
He's proven it. Worth the draft pick last year. Pirates are wasting his talent.
I'll just say it now. I had Paul Skeens too. You want to hear the odds? Paul
What are the
Skeens plus 210. The next runner-up, Zach Wheeler, plus 800.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's the odds. Oh, my pick is Zach Wheeler.
Joe, I
I'm taking the plus 800.
So my
You
actual
know
pick
how
for
odds
the
work?
AL is not Logan Gilbert. I got the Mariners confused with another team. My pick for the AL is Garrett Crochet.
Okay.
Nasty
So,
stuff.
That's a good
so let me mention the odds. You know what? You know what? Go. I'll mention the odds later.
Yeah. He's had nasty stuff this spring, named
Yes.
opening day starter for the whatever
I
you call
agree.
it, Red Sox.
I agree.
He's on a
Yep.
big upgrade from the White Sox. And what other pitcher who was traded from the White Sox to the Red Sox have we seen have a giant successful career with that new team?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, Chris Sale. He just won a Cy Young.
Do you have him winning another Cy Young? Who's your NL pick?
I just said it's Paul
Skeens.
Skeens.
He said Skeens.
Oh my god, you literally called me out on this and you forgot.
Wait, why do you say? I don't know. This is confusing.
Oh my
This is
god,
weird.
this is embarrassing
Okay,
for all of
okay,
us.
okay.
My AL pick, I'm gonna be boring and go Scooble. Stuff is nasty. You can't get over that. He is the reason the Tigers went so far last year, and I wish they went and got Alex Bregman. I wish Ben Verlander would have shut up about it, but I would have liked to see Bregman on the Tigers. Which, no disrespect to
Yeah.
Ben, I just every day saying it wasn't gonna manifest it. No disrespect to Ben, I actually love his
disrespect to you, Ben.
podcast.
Big fans, big fans.
Big fans, but like that wasn't gonna cut it, Ben.
My
The Tigers
time
are cheap. And then my NL pick is Zach Wheeler, because
Yeah.
he is the ace of that staff. He is elite.
Going against the odds here?
I'm going against the odds because he has to win it at one point. He's that good.
All right, Maddie.
Why couldn't
Who
he
do
do
you
that
have?
good when he was with us?
Well, he was really good with us. We had Brody Van Dumbass as our GM at the time.
Don't remind me we had that.
I'm keeping that in.
We should keep that.
I'm keeping that in.
That's our one
I'm keeping
PG-13 moment of the episode.
That's staying. I'm keeping that in. Okay,
Alright.
so just saying it now, I had Screwball and Skeens because I don't.
Boring.
Shut up.
It's hard to go against the odds. These pitchers
It's
are
hard
just
to go
that
against-
damn good.
I'm not trying to be interesting. I'm trying to pick who I actually think is going to win, and I think it's Screwball and Skeens. But what's interesting, the odds between Screwball and Crochet. Screwball is plus 350. Crochet is plus 375.
Yeah.
Okay, the one thing
They're
that
close.
alarms me with Crochet, he hasn't pitched as much as Screwball has. And obviously, the same thing goes for Clay Holmes with the Mets. Like, I'm not going to be the hypocrite and say, Clay Holmes is going to pitch the full season and Garrett Crochet may not. No, I'm acknowledging both of them might not pitch the full
Clay
season.
Holmes is as good as
I
Crochet.
don't think Holmes is I just
No,
think
like, because I've been very high on Clay Holmes this spring, but I can't drink the Clay Holmes Kool-Aid and not drink the Garrett Crochet Kool-Aid.
Okay, so
I
I
think
have some
both of
honorable
them are
mentions.
not bad.
Yeah.
Cole Raggins for the
Yeah,
AL.
I was debating him.
Our GOAT, Jacob DeGrom. You think he comes back and
Yes.
It's,
I think I said
comeback
come
player
out
of the
player of the
year
year in the
and-
AL.
Max,
Also, we missed this because, once again, episode lost to God. Bruce Bochy with a very questionable quote.
yeah, didn't he?
Yeah.
what
He
was
like
it he
alluded
said?
towards the
Keep
Phantom
following
IL.
IL? Like, that's blatant cheating, hello?
Wait, what was he that quote?
He
If
said
we
that
need
he
to
would
put him on the IL to keep him fresh and have him skip a start, we'll do it.
That's cheating.
Billy Epler got suspended for that. You are, like, I feel like every team is going to be on his ass now and say, what are you doing? He's on the IL. He looks fine.
This is not the one I wanted. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm trying to
so
find
I
the photo.
also had Max Fried. I think with the Yankees he could I think he's gonna keep his previous
Yeah,
form, but
but-
he's old. But I think
He's got to carry that team now, too.
and nobody's been mentioning him at all. Seth Lugo, he nobody
Here's the thing with Seth Lugo, he's overshadowed by Cole Reagans on that same team.
Yeah.
and he
Like,
was
Michael
the-
Walker was a lead, too, and even in the fantasy drafts, no one took Walker if he was taken until, like, the last 2 or 3 rounds.
he was the
Yeah.
Seth Lugo was the second most voted Cy Young. He was second to Screwball. Okay,
Right.
NL Sandy Alcantara. He's going to get traded in the second half of the year, and he's going to have a monster year with whoever he goes to.
To
Yeah.
the Baltimore Orioles.
All right.
Very well could
I
be.
feel like we had to talk about this. The Yankees and Orioles both need a front.
Joe,
Okay,
we
I
really don't have the time.
got a few more. Hold on.
Sorry.
Chris Sale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obvious.
Obviously,
Gotta pick
if he
Blake
stays
Snell.
healthy.
Blake Snell, if he stays healthy.
Snell I don't see it because he's always a second half pitcher.
Yeah. Well, let's make fun of Joe a little bit. Michael King.
Hey, you took him very high in that second draft,
I
Matty.
did.
Wait, no one knows that. That episode was lost to God, remember?
Joe, we do not have the time. We still have to cover MVP.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
said
let's
make
go
fun
to
of me. You
MVPs.
did explain the joke.
Joe, shh. Okay. Starting with AL MVP, I think it is going to be Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals.
Could be
I
Walker.
think Judge voter fatigue is going to kick in this year. They're not going to want Judge again.
Yep.
Which is also why I think in the NL we will not have Shohei Ohtani win it, because I also think he's not going to win it because he's working on getting back from pitching and he's going to be mixing both. I don't think he's going to be nearly as good as he was last season. That's going to let someone else take the spot ahead of him. And I'm going to give an answer I did not write down on my sheet because I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't really like it. I'm going to go with Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. I think he steps up and he has the year
Not even
finally.
Soto. Lindor. Okay.
I think who I wrote on my sheet, it was Fernando Tatis Jr., but as I thought about it more, I was like, that Padres team is just, I don't think it's going to be as good.
I think they missed the playoffs as of now.
Really? Okay.
Don't forget, you just had Darvish go in the IL.
Oh, you did. But yeah, I'm going to keep my MVP pick short because we do not have a lot of time. Bobby Witt, oh my god.
Shout out to the Bibby Walk gang.
Bobby Witt Jr. in the American League on the Royals and Francisco Lindor on the New York Mets in the National League. Shortstop gang, rise up.
Okay, Joe, what do you got?
I agree with Nick on Shohei Ohtani having voter fatigue this year. And I just don't... I do think he's going to take a step back because he already had a step back pitching. He's going to have to work on pitching a lot to get his arm ready to go.
That's
So
what
I think that's going to affect his hitting a bit. And, like, he already has one home run. That wasn't a home run.
That was not.
Like, I guess that'll be the closing. We talk about the Tokyo games quickly.
Joe, we don't have time.
Yeah, I was not up for the Tokyo games. I could
yeah.
not.
Like, I watched
Basically,
some
what
of them.
happened is Shohei hit it very far to the outfield. Fan reached over, sort of grabbed it.
I did see that. I did.
It
see
was
that.
going to be a double. I'm not saying, he
Yeah.
got bailed out. It wasn't a home run,
Okay,
though.
Joe, give us your picks. What do you think?
picks.
So, I'm going with Juan Soto to win his first MVP as a New York Met.
Okay.
And then
I like
I'm
that.
going with the person who will carry the Yankees to as far as they will go.
Aaron Judge. Just
Yeah.
Aaron
Look,
Judge. Aaron Judge.
Aaron
Okay.
Judge.
Boring.
So
I mean, I'm sorry. Can I say one thing, though?
yeah,
No.
go for it.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, Nick. I'm saying one thing.
We have time. We have time.
We have Riverside Unlimited now, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Go for talk.
So,
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, I think he's going to be the reason people pay to go to the Bronx this year. You don't have Cole. You might not have Stanton. DJ LeMahieu, huge loss. But, like, that team is in pieces right now. And the Yankees are always gonna have that draw.
I feel like Judge
Get that
is.
chance to go
I
to
feel
That
like Judge
doesn't
is
really
usually
have to do with MVP though. Like,
And I
yes,
feel like Judge will perform like he has, no matter what he has around him, because he's done it before. Judge has been the reason to watch the Yankees in the past. I think he'll do it again.
yeah,
You
okay.
didn't let me finish, Nick, but
You
All
just
right.
stay.
I got full circle at the
So AL MVP, I didn't know who to pick between Bobby and Aaron. I was split. Honestly, I think I'd go with Bobby because I
he is very good, Bobby
I
Witt.
I think voter fatigue sets in, but I think that's ironic. With my NL MVP pick, I picked Shohei.
Oh my.
Oh.
We have whatever you call it. No, we have different NL MVPs.
I had-
Maddie, what do you do? Work for Fox now? Shohei Ohtani. He's 5 days away, guys.
Oh my God, Maddie just
Okay,
added the
5 days
graphic
away.
over like
I
Joe's
have a-
face 5 days away.
I
Shohei.
have Soto as a very close runner-up, but I do
Yeah.
want to
I want to shout out Mookie Betts,
my honorable
Freddie
mentions
Freeman.
really quickly.
Yeah.
Lindor,
Yeah.
Ronald Acuna Jr. coming back from an injury.
That's why I
was
think he
gonna
won't be in
pick
it.
him, but I don't think he's gonna miss a whole month still. I
Yeah.
feel like that's gonna take off.
But he won in 22 when he missed a whole month, didn't he? Or
Freeman.
was that 23?
I feel
He
like
came back
Freeman,
21, Joe,
Freeman could be
remember?
up there.
Oh my god, my bad.
No, he came back 22. You're right.
I
Yeah,
feel
he
like
came back
Freeman
22
could be
and
up
won
there.
23. My bad.
123. Yeah. Freeman. Did you mention Hopper?
Harper, yes, Harper.
Another good pick.
My AL Jose Ramirez,
Yeah.
and now one that I literally put question marks next to, J Rod.
He's either an MVP or a bust this year.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Like he's got to prove it.
I think it's too much of a risk to pick him for an award.
Yeah. I just didn't like. It was one or the other. He's got to show up or he's got to show out or shut up.
And then, just to close this out, the closer. There have been two teams heavily rumored for Alcantara, the Yankees and the Orioles.
Ooh. Okay. Actually, no. I want to hear this.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if those are the two teams interested, it'll be the Orioles because their prospect pool is a lot more enticing.
Well,
I-
yes, that's obvious, but
Yeah.
I feel like there are going to be many more teams joining in the race as we get closer to the deadline.
Orioles
Obviously,
will
but the two of them are in talks not talks, but like rumored right now because Garrett Cole is out and Grayson Rodriguez is out. Two aces
You
have
know
gone on the
who
show.
I would love to see whatever Alcantara go to?
The Mets.
Sticking to the AL.
Oh.
Love to see him go to the Tigers.
Ooh.
Tigers
him
also
and
have the
Walls
draft
in
prospects.
same rotation.
I think
Not
they
draft
can-
prospects, just the prospects.
Trade like.
They can,
you think-
imagine a 1-2 punch of Tariq Skubal and Sandy Alcantara.
that is so nasty.
That's so nasty. But the thing is, I think the Orioles need it more, and I think
I
the
think they're
Orioles
willing to give
get
up more
done.
for it.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
I think it's going to come down to that deadline rush of who has I think it honestly is going to go to a bit of an overpay where people pay too much.
Who do the Yankees have though to give up for Alcantara?
The Yankees are not going to be in it. They're
Yeah,
going to
that's
get
right.
kicked.
Like their prospects are horrible.
Well,
Like,
that
they
would seem
should-
horrible, but
I mean,
they're not
they're
on
ranked
the
in the
level that
bottom
the
five.
Orioles are.
No,
They're
they're
on
ranked in
the
the bottom
level
five in baseball. Their farm, I think.
Definitely bottom 10. I don't know about bottom 5 though.
Yeah, okay.
I thought I saw bottom five.
But yeah.
All right, so that's gonna close us out for episode 4.
Next time
Opening
you
day
see
is
us,
next week,
Next,
boys.
opening
next
day.
week, opening day, and that's what we'll be discussing. I also do want to talk a little more hockey. The Islanders are in our playoff chase right now.
Is that the right thing to do?
I can't believe them.
Is that the right thing to do? Hey, I was at the game the other day. It was a lot of fun, and
But I don't know. We'll say that for next episode.
We'll
We're
do
gonna
that
get
next episode.
surrounded. That's all I'm saying now.
all right,
I feel like we need another week to see if they're contenders or pretenders.
they're pretenders.
They're pretenders.
We'll spoil that now. They're pretenders. All right, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night or good
Yeah.
evening, I guess.
We
Like
will
and
see-
subscribe.
Comment any ideas you want us to talk about. Comment why I'm the favorite member, please.
Comment